we now go into Westworld, and hopefully we flush down Westworld for one of the last times, at least for a few months on Audioface. But Kanye's the sorry, let me start over this.
But the best part is the consequent sound of him just going like this. And I was like, that's us right now, trying to just please God end this.
Yeah. So I think of all the Kanye West news, the most slightly substantive and at least interesting out of all this is this sort of gadget he's releasing, or supposedly releasing.
Allegedly releasing.
Allegedly releasing. It's called the Donda Stem Player, and it looks like this. I mean, I called it a mix between a sex toy and a brain warp. This like old game from the 2000s. But this is it sort of like has like glowing lights, sort of like a maybe like a vape or something again, or a vibrator, and it you basically slide up and down, and you can change different effects and tones with the songs and the music apparently. But of course, it's worth mentioning that this was like a product demo or a tech demo. It's likely that this was like heavily edited because it's like really futuristic looking technology. Like I'm certain that it can be made in this decade and this time, but I'm not certain that it works as flawlessly or as smoothly as it does in all these like release videos. And I'm even more certain that Kanye West is not the one who figured it out.
It's like the coin credit card where it's like nothing doesn't work ever.
Yeah, there's a long history of rap artists releasing toys and video games and all these other different things that end up not working, or also just end up never being released actually.
The Soldier Boy system, but you know.
You got that Soldier Game 5 playing the new Spider-Man on it. No, but it's available to purchase on Kanye's website for $200, and it's starting to ship now, supposedly, after Donda's been released. So you, much like Kanye West, will be able to play with the album after it has been released, which will be a weird thing. But also in Kanye West news, since Donda did just release, he did an album like release show similar to the ones he had done in Atlanta at that one like Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Arena.
Yes. But this time he brought it to Chicago, and he did a lot of interesting tricks with it. On the one hand, he built like a version of his childhood home. At least Kanye built one version of Donda's house, because there was that charity Donda's house that apparently Kanye didn't spend any money for that he was supposed to. But you had that. Kanye came out on fire, like in flames, like literally like doused himself in flames, which was a vibe. But the other interesting part was that premiering in that album, or premiering on that concert, was Jail Part 2, which features, among other people, DaBaby and Marilyn Manson. Now, for the folks keeping score at home, Marilyn Manson has been under fire this year for a number of sexual assault and like rape charges and grooming charges and a number of other like really kind of dark things. DaBaby very recently came under an extreme amount of fire for homophobic remarks, and then doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on those homophobic remarks. And then, you know, the whole like cancel culture fight started happening again. And you had a bunch of festivals who decided they didn't want to have him on their lineup for at least a little while. So Kanye West brought both of these figures on stage with him to perform a song. Like, what?
This is definitely like, this is nominated for the Hard R Award. Like this entire part of his show right there. Bringing out those two assholes and putting them on, like, just, he does it for attention. Obviously, he did it for the headlines or this or that, to bring people on, for shock and jaw, for two despicable human beings. Why would you do that? Oh, let me see the video. Oh, maybe the song's actually good. Blah blah blah. No, stop it.
Yeah, there's something to be said about we said this in our review, that Kanye is selling a hype. He's not selling like music anymore, and so with hype comes news headlines, and with news headlines, when the hype's not working, or you need to like build things around the hype, like, oh, by the way, here's the other things Kanye's doing, you also add shock and things like that, and Kanye's not not unused to that. He ran for president even in this later kind of thing. In this later concert, I mean, he had a fake wedding with Kim
Mm-hmm.
Kardashian West, like coming out on stage and doing this like fake wedding thing together. Like, listen, you've put this woman through enough. You literally got a hologram of her dead dad and got him to
That's
speak at like her birthday. Just give this woman a break. I'm rarely like in defense of the Kardashian Jenner household camp, but please give her a break. But yeah, this is very clearly just for publicity. There's pretty much nothing else you could do about that. And Kanye kind of, again, he was under fire for this, but Kanye doesn't listen to criticism, which is actually kind of the way to go. But he just recently deleted some screenshots of a text message conversation, apparently with one of his managers or something, or someone he's working with, apparently saying that the baby's manager wasn't clearing the jail 2 feature, essentially, so it wasn't supposed to be on the album, and that the baby's manager weren't responding and picking up calls or whatever. So that seemed like a weird thing. And then there was another screenshot that was posted where apparently it was Kanye and DaBaby talking to each other, and they like had cleared it up. And Kanye was like, "Hey, apparently there's some people on your team who are trying to do you dirty." And so to, just the brotherhood of coonery continues with these two. Like, it's just absolute ridiculousness. And so in other news this week, Kanye posted Drake's address
oh my god, that's right. I forgot
on
about that.
Instagram, just completely
He straight up
doxing
puts
Drake.
straight up put up his address. The best part is Drake then goes on not or posts a video of him just driving around in a car dying of laughter. Like, did he really just do that? Is he
Yeah.
such a petulant child that he's just gonna leak my address randomly? Okay, cool. Just pop
Yeah.
it up. Thanks,
Yeah.
Kanye.
And again, it's the enemy of my enemy here. I'm once again the rare defense of Drake here.
In defense of Drake, that might be the one and only time we ever say that ever.
Yeah, because like maybe he's like fake, like not serious laughing, because there is this sort of like feud going on. Kanye said that like it's gonna be like over for him, this etc. stuff, and he's been making this big deal. But you could look at it as Drake, like, listen, Donda just like Drake just dropped. Sorry, Kanye just dropped Donda. That thing's there now. Drake has announced that Certified Lover Boy is going to be coming out next week. God bless.
That's right.
Help us. So he's like going to be releasing his album. Whatever he's going to say is probably going to be on there, if anything. We know Drake. There will be something. And if I'm taking it as face value, and it's not like Drake still being upset that he lost the Pusha T thing, I just be kind of just like, okay, here's Drake. I mean, here's Kanye at it again. I'm just gonna Drake. Speaking as Drake, I'm just gonna do me, and Kanye is just gonna be up to his antics, and I can't really do much about that. I think he understands it's all just show too. And lastly, because we like to end Westworld on a fun note, Kanye West is legally changing his name to Ye.
Didn't he try to change his name to like Christian Billionaire or something? What was it? Hold on. I wonder if it's in here. It is. Good. Yeah, he said he considered changing his name to Christian Genius Billionaire Kanye West in 2019.
Cool, man. Again, I'm fully defeated.
If this doesn't give you an idea into why we are like, stop giving stupid people attention.
I'm so tired of winning. I've had it enough. I've had enough with the winning. I'm so over the winning. So yeah, that's Westworld. That's Kanye West. And again, we on Audioface try to cover Kanye West as little as possible because we know that these are just publicity stunts he's doing most of the time. We cover the music and then we cover like the rollout around that and try to keep it as like, contextual to what's actually happening in news as possible. Again, it's a podcast about news that mostly matters. So we try to keep it to the stuff that kind of mostly matters. Yeah. But yeah, this other places and outlets will cover Kanye more closely and more specifically, and we specifically won't. Not only because of this publicity stunt thing is outdated, but like has to be said, he's going through very public mental health problems, and like no one was really giving him that space. And seriously, like he sort of just needs to address that first and address the stuff going on in his life before he makes any more music. But I think that's clear.
Please God.